Welcome to the WNBA Picks and Plays edition. My name is Abby. This is for Saturday, August 30th. We have 4 games in the WNBA to go over with you today. Again, these odds are courtesy of covers.com. As you know by now, line moves, totals, and the injury report. And on the back end, we have oddslogic.com. So this is more of an extensive look, an in-depth look at the over-unders, the line moves, and the injury report. This is up-to-the-minute information at your fingertips, a resourceful tool to use when sports betting, not only for the WNBA, but for college football and the NFL, which starts next week after Labor Day, and other professional sports leagues that start in the fall. You can take advantage of this tool, oddslogic.com. Again, it's in the description below, oddslogic.com. Take advantage of that tool so you can use it at your advantage, and it's a great resource to use for sports betting and other necessary information. Again, it's oddslogic.com. Go to the bottom of the description there. The information will be there for you to use and take advantage of. All right, so we'll get to the games now. I have client plays today on two of the 4 games. I have client plays today. All right, so I have 2 of the 4 actually 3 client plays on this game for today. So we'll get to the first game here. This is Minnesota at Connecticut. So yesterday we went 1-1 with the client plays, and on the show we gave out 2 plays, and we went 2-0, or actually 2-1. We gave a first half LA Sparks over 91. It actually pushed depending where you got the number. It could have been a push in some places and a non-push in other places. So we gave that one out. That cashed. We gave out Atlanta Hawks that they covered the 16.5. They didn't cover the first half, but they did cover the full game. So we lost on that. So you went 2-1 for the free picks yesterday, 1-1 for the client plays. So let's keep it going today against Minnesota at Connecticut. We're going to look for that now. See if we have that here. Let's double check. Minnesota, Connecticut. There we go. First game on the board. So this one opened up -14. Minnesota in Connecticut. Total 165. The spread now is at 13.5 across the board. Totals dropped to 163.5. I will give you a play here. Let's see. We'll give that to you now. So we'll give you the injury report first. Let's give you the injury report for this. Let's take a look at the injury report. So the injury report here from Minnesota and Connecticut. Olivia Nelson-Ododa, questionable to play Saturday versus Minnesota with a back injury. So she's questionable tonight. Let's see. I think she's the only one on Connecticut. Everybody else is healthy. Yeah, that's the big news. Yeah, everybody else is healthy. So we'll take a look at where the sharps in public are for this game. No action so far. So far, no action in this game. It's been pretty quiet. And I'm thinking it's quiet because it's college football. Today's college football games. A lot of games going on in college football, so not much is paid attention to with the WNBA right now. So that's why we're not seeing a lot of action. No action at all in this game for Connecticut, Minnesota. We've been pretty quiet. So we'll look at the we'll look at the head-to-head matchup in this game. They played twice already. So first game here they played May 23rd in Minnesota. And they were a 16-point favorite. Connecticut covered in 76-70, under 157.5. Second game, June 29th, Minnesota, 102-63. Minnesota wins. They covered the 20.5 points, over 155. So now Minnesota in their last 5 games, they are 2-3 last 5 games. They should be 3-2 in their last 5. They blew a 20-point lead against Seattle. That's probably the team's biggest collapse of the season in the WNBA. 20-point lead Minnesota blew, and Seattle came back and won. So they're 2-3 last 5 games. Connecticut, meanwhile, they've covered 4 of their last 5 games. But yeah, they've covered 4 of their last 5 in this matchup. Yeah, Connecticut's been playing well. They covered New York as a 14-point underdog. Yeah, they've been playing pretty well. They've covered as a dog. They've covered 5 straight as an underdog. And they got Connecticut again, 13.5. Minnesota's 13.5-point favorites. Let's look at this one here. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look here. At least what I would do, I would take a first half play in this game. At least I would take the first half. Minnesota in the first half. I like him to cover the first half at 7.5. I like Minnesota here. Shop around for the best number, but lay the points with Minnesota in the first half. I look for Minnesota in this game to come out firing. The last game they had a 20-point collapse, and they want to redeem themselves. So at least in the early stages of this game, from the get-go, I expect Minnesota to have their A game, be razor sharp, razor focused to get back on track, and at least cover the first half. I like him here. It's -7.5 to cover the first half, at least to get on board and get on track here. Let me see something one moment. I'm just looking at something, guys. Give me a moment. I'm just checking something here. I'm checking one thing. Just bear with me for a moment, guys, as I check something. I'm just checking something here quickly. Just real fast. I just got to check this out. Just checking something real quick. Boy. The reason why I hesitated with you guys is because I'm thinking now I wanted to add this. I wanted to add this as a client play this first half. I'm thinking to add this as a client play as well, but I'll give it to you here for free. The 7.5 I take. Yeah, take the first half 7.5. Some books have 8, so I'd still lay the first half in Minnesota. Yeah, this is a bounce back spot here for Minnesota, at least in the first half. So definitely take a look at that. I wanted to make this a client play as well, but it's a little bit too late now, and I'll explain why it's too late to do that now. But like I said, I'll give this one up for free. The -8 first half Minnesota. So take that one. That's actually a good one. That one I like him here, early and often. So we'll give you that one. So take that. That's one play. Now what's happening? The client plays that I have them tied into college football, and by the time you guys see this video, all the games are going to start. for college football, so you won't be able to get my client plays for the WNBA. So I will give those out as well. I'm going to give those out today. We'll give them out. We'll give that out today. I gave one client play already. The second one we're going to give out today is under Minnesota, Connecticut under 163.5. We're going to give that one out as well. So play this to the under. It's dropped. It opened 165. It dropped by about 2.5 points. 2.5 points to drop. So 163.5. Take the under. We're seeing 163 currently now. I did see 163.5. I'd still take the under. 163.5, 163. I'll still jump on the under here. I just look for Minnesota to play some defense, get back to their identity, playing defense, and making that a focal point in this game today on the road. Because they had a 20-point lead, squandered that lead, gave it up, and obviously the defense was out of sync. And I look for it to get back to top tier form today. So I would look at Minnesota's defense here to have a major impact on this game going under the total. So definitely take a look at the under. So you got two plays. You got -8 Minnesota in the first half, under 163.5 for the full game, or 163. Either way, take the under. Either way, play the under in this game. I like the under here. That's how I'm playing this first game. So that's game number one. So you got two client plays out of that. Actually, the Minnesota one, I can't squeeze it in as a client play. It's going to be too late. So you got that as a free play. I should have made it a client play earlier, but it's okay. Well, we gave that one for free. It's all right. So you got two of them for free. Second game is going to be Washington at Golden State. We have this one here opened up 5.5, total 152.5. No client play here, but I will give you a free play here. The line that the total is dropped to 151.5. It's starting to go to 150. You have to update that now. It just changed to 150. This thing's dropping like flies. That's what happens sometimes when you're doing a recording. These lines drop like flies. So this one dropped and came out of nowhere. The 150. So it's 150.5. So it's dropped by about 2 points at least. So it's a significant drop. The spread's dropped as well from 5.5 to 5, just by half a point. We are starting to see some 4.5s in some books. So we'll check the injury report here. It must be injury related. That's why these lines are dropping in this game. Let's check the injury report here. Monique Billings downgraded to out Saturday versus Washington with an ankle issue. She still has ankle issues. Let's see. Carla Lette, ankle, questionable to play Saturday versus Washington. She's 50-50. Let's see. Tiffany Hayes, knee, questionable to play Saturday versus Washington. She has knee issues. Cecilia Zandelasini, calf injury, questionable to play Saturday versus Washington. So anyone that's questionable, they're 50-50 right now as to whether they're going to be playing or not. So the line's being affected by that. That's why you're seeing the line drop pretty significantly. Remember, Golden State's a favorite in this game. They are a favorite. So that's it for this game. We are going to check the public and sharps for this game. We'll check that out now. No action here at all. It's been pretty quiet. This thing's dropping really fast, I tell you. It's dropping so fast, the line. Let's see. It's dropping fast. Yeah, no public and sharp play on this game at all. It's been pretty quiet, surprisingly. Public more involved with college football, like I said. So this is WNBA a little bit quiet for betting purposes. But we are gonna. So there's nothing here. Like I said, on the Publican Sharps for this game. We'll check the last three matchups. They played three times. First game, May 21st in Golden State, 76-74. Valkyries won, but didn't cover as a 5-point favorite. Second game, July 31st in Washington, 68-67. Golden State won, but again, it was another tight affair, -4. Valkyries were an underdog in Washington, but they covered and won. Under 155. Third game, August 13th in Washington, 88-83. Valkyries, they were a 2-point favorite and covered and won. Over 149 in this game. So Washington, last 5 games, they're basically 0-5. They've lost 5 straight games, and they are 2-3 to the under. So the offense is lacking for Washington. So they pretty much called it a season, as they're not going to make the postseason. The Valkyries, Golden State, last 5. 2-3 to the 2-3 last 5 games, and 3-2 to the over. So Valkyries playing to the over, Washington playing to the under. So for me in this game, I'm gonna look. Let's see what I can do here. No client play on this one, but I have a play here for you guys. For me, I am going to take Washington. I like Washington here, +5. And the total is kind of tricky. I'm going to lean to the over in this game. Yeah, I'm going to take the over in this game. So 2 plays in this game I would recommend. +5 Washington. I like the Mystics here. Yeah, I like Washington here to cover the points. Yeah, I like him in this spot. They're a good bet to cover. Last 5 road games for Washington on the road. They are now this is basically as an underdog. Last 5, 3. Let's see. Actually, 4 out of the 5 games, 4 out of the last 5 games on the road, they were an underdog. So in the underdog rule, they are 3-1 as an underdog on the road. This is the last 4 games. Because if one of the 5th game, they were favored in Connecticut. This is an underdog rule. So 3-1 in the underdog rule in the last 5 games for Washington. So that's one reason I like Washington. Second reason is the injuries for the Valkyries starting to catch up to them a little bit. And I think Washington can take advantage. Third reason, Washington and Connecticut, their games, when they played, their games have been decided by 5 points or less in the last 3 meetings. Last 3 meetings, 5 points or less, these games have been decided by. So I like Washington here plus the 5. Some books have 4.5. Shop around for the best number, but take Washington and the points. Definitely take them. And I like the over. I'm going to go with the over in this game as well. I do like the over. I know the total's dropping, but I still think that I still like the over in this game. I would still take the over. Again, not too much defense for me in this game. I don't see a lot of defense in this game. Not as much. It'll be a little bit loose. So I would recommend the over. But I like even better Washington and the points. So take Washington and the points here. I like that better for me. All right, so the third game we're going to look at here, that's all for that matchup, third game. I do have a client play for this game here. This is Chicago at Seattle. Now this one opened up. Minus 12. So we're now seeing at some books it's come down to 11. It's dropped to 11. Some have it at 10.5. Well, the consensus is 11 right now. So it's dropped by a point and a half or so. Total 162.5 was the opening number. It has now gone to 163. We see 163.5 as well at one or two books. But it's mainly 163. Actually, 163.5 right now. Excuse me. It's 163.5 right now. Sorry about that, guys. 163.5 right now. That's what we're seeing. So that's what it is right now there. I have a client play for this game. Yeah, I have a client play for this one. Actually, two client plays. I'll give that out to you guys in a moment. We'll look at the injury report first. We'll take a look at that here. So Chicago, Seattle. So pretty much it's healthy all across the board. Just the usual suspects are out. Nikki Mule out for the season with a knee. Katie Lou Samuelson, knee out for the season. But everybody else is healthy. So for the game itself, again, no public or sharp action on this game. It's been they're focused on college football, it looks like. So nothing to report here for the sides or the totals. It's been pretty quiet, I think, for all the WNBA games, but we'll see what we can get for you here. Yeah, it's been quiet. Nothing there. We'll look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We'll look at that now. Now, they have played twice. First meeting July 24th of this year in Chicago, 95-87 Seattle. 95-57 Seattle. Seattle covered as an 11.5 point favorite, under 154. Second game, August 19th in Chicago, 94-88 Seattle. Chicago covered as a 11-point underdog, over 158. So this is going to be the. Actually, I read the. Okay, I read two of them. Sorry about that. I read two. So this is the third meeting now. So we're going to look at Chicago here. Last five. They are 1-4 last 5 games. And they are 3-2 to the over. Seattle. They're coming off a 5-game road trip, 4-1 last 5 games, 4-1 to the over. So I have 2 plays for this game. First play I like is Chicago plus 11. So I like Chicago. Chicago plus 11. Chicago has covered 5 straight games as an underdog. I believe 3 of those games have been double-digit underdogs they've been covering. So they've covered 5 straight. They're playing extremely well, playing at a high level. I like fading teams like Seattle coming off a road trip, a long road trip, a 5-game road trip. So this is the first game off of a long road trip in a long time. First game. So in this case, that's another reason why I like Chicago. Catching Seattle first game back off a road trip at home. I like Chicago here to take advantage. Again, they came off an emotional win against Minnesota, coming back from 20 points down. So it takes a lot out of you as a team mentally. So I think And that's why Chicago can take advantage. That's one of the, so that's those are the three reasons why I like Chicago here. They can take advantage of the situation. For the total, I like the over in this game. As I like the over here, over 163.5. They did split the over under in this series, 1-1. But like I said, overall, both teams are playing to the over right now. Chicago 3-2 to the 3-2 to the over. Seattle 4-1 to the over. So both teams playing to the over now. So that's the reason why I like the over here. Over 163.5. I like the over. So take the over in this game as well. Both teams playing to its current form of the over. So take advantage of that. That's the other client play. So we got that. We gave you a side and we gave you a total. So you got two. Fourth and final game we're going to look at here. We are going to take a look at Phoenix at New York. I'm sorry, Phoenix at home versus New York. They're at home. So this one here, we'll take a look at that now. Let's take a look at that. Phoenix, New York. Let's see if I can find that here. It should be here. There we are. Phoenix, New York. You got that here. So we'll get to the opening number in a moment. This is the fourth and final game that we're going to look at. Like I said, we'll take a look at the opening number for this game. So you see where everything's at. Just give it a moment. My system's acting up a little bit slow. Just bear with me for a moment, guys, as we try to pull up the information for the fourth and final game. All right, so we'll take a look at that. So we have Phoenix 1.5 point favorites. Total 164 in this game. That's the opening number. Phoenix at home versus New York. Now we're seeing -2 start coming up on the board. It's 1.5 still, but while -2s are starting to come up as we speak, they're starting to pop up here and there. So I'm gonna change that to -2. Let me switch that now because it is -2 right now. I'm gonna change that. So it is -2. Let's see. Yeah, so we switched it to -2. So we'll look at the injury report for this game. I think there's more injuries on the New York side than anything. Let's see. Yeah, more injuries on that side than anything. New York and Phoenix. So Sabrina Ionescu still questionable to play Saturday at Phoenix with a toe injury. So she's still 50-50. Jacqueline Jones is ill. She's not feeling well. Questionable to play Saturday at Phoenix. Natasha Cloud is still out with a nose injury. Questionable to play Saturday. Yeah, Phoenix is pretty healthy. No injuries there. New York's got a rash of them. And that's it. We'll take a look at this one. It's been quiet, relatively quiet once again. Nothing here. It's been quiet. No action here at all. So we're going to take a look at the head-to-head. Let's see what we can give you guys head-to-head. So they've already played 3 times already. First meeting, June 19th in New York. New York was an 11.5 point favorite. Phoenix covered the 11.5. Phoenix won 89-81 over 163.5. Second game, June 27th in Phoenix. Phoenix 1.5 point favorites. Phoenix won 106-91 over 168. Third meeting, July 25th in New York. New York 6 point favorite, 89-76 under 170. So this will be the fourth meeting now between these two teams. So we are going to look at the last 5 games in this for New York that they've played. Last 5, they are 3-2. Last 5, they are 1-4 to the under. So we're going to take a look at that now. Just hold on. Bear with me for 1 second, guys. Sorry. One and four to the under. And then Phoenix, their last five. 4-1 last 5 games for Phoenix. So they've won 4 or 5 games. And they are 1-4 to the under. So Phoenix is playing to the under. And New York is playing to the under. Both teams 1-4 last 5 to the under. Yep. So they're both playing to the under. 166.5. Let's see here. Let's see what we can give you guys. I don't have a client play. No client play for this game. I'm going to see what we can give you guys here. Let's see. Let's see what we can give you guys. All right, so the play for that we're gonna use in this one, we're gonna take the under in this game. We like the under 166.5. We do like the under here. Yeah, take the under 166.5. Like I said, we like the under in this game. Again, both teams are playing to the under in their last 5 games. And the head-to-head matchups, they have gone 2-1 to the over. So I think everything's going to balance out tonight with this game going under. Final meeting of the season. Look for a playoff type atmospheric type game. Very tightly contested game. So be aware of that tonight as we get into the home stretch of games in the WNBA. So definitely take a look at that. And I would take a look for the side. No, I have nothing for the side, actually. Nothing for the side. I'm just going to say the under in this game. That's the best. That's the best option for this game is the under. Nothing on the side at all. We'll leave that alone. So we've covered everything. Everything's been covered for the WNBA. We've covered all 4 games. So again, whether you fit or follow these picks, it's up to you. We gave you all the client plays simply because by the time you see this video, the college football is already going to start. Those games are going to be already underway with my WNBA picks. So you guys got them. You guys got the client plays for free today. So we gave them out here. Again, we'll have some more college. We'll have some more WNBA picks in place tomorrow. We'll have 2 games tomorrow available for you guys that you can take advantage of. So again, take advantage of my place tomorrow as well. We do have. I am number 1 in the WNBA in the last 3 days and the last 7 days. So check me out. 5-2 run last 3 days in the WNBA. 8-6 run last 7 days in the WNBA. So check me out. I'm there. Again, good luck to you guys. Let's have a big productive Saturday. And don't forget to go into the description below, oddslogic.com, for the information that we discussed earlier, line moves, totals, injury report, information at your fingertips. Take advantage of this tool. It's very resourceful to use for betting and mainly for betting and for other information that you need to get ahead of the spread. So take advantage of this tool for oddslogic.com. Very resourceful information, very useful. And like I said, everything will be in the description below regarding that. And again, we have our flex picks. Flex picks you can take advantage of. We have that available at sportsmemo.com. 7-day pass, 3-day pass. Take advantage of that. I'll have that in the description below. But for the free plays and the client plays that we've given you, good luck to you guys. Let's cash some tickets. Have a big Saturday. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. Let's have a productive day. And again, we'll see you tomorrow. We have the two WNBA games to cover tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Be on the lookout for that. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace and out. Take care.